Hey YouTube, this is Lawn Tamer or Turf Tech. I go by lots of things, or even Joe. And I wanted to show you my sulky real fast. I know there are a lot of lawn guys who want to build a sulky or have thought about building a sulky. Sometimes they're called Velky, the name brand, and they're really easy to build. And frankly, I think you can build one that works every bit as well or even better than most of the ones that are sold on the market. So real fast, I'm just going to show you the one I built. This particular sulky or Velky is 7 years old. I've been using it now for 7 years, and it gets full commercial use, usually 3 days a week, but those tend to be fairly long days. So let me show you what I did. It's pretty simple. I'm going to zoom in on some things here, or kneel down. This is on a 36-inch Toro T-bar mower, and this mower is 10, almost 11 years old. So first off, the mounting plate right here to mount to the back of your mower. This is just a simple piece of C-channel. I've used this piece for several years now, probably for, I think, since I built the sulky. So 6-7 years that it's been used. And then you want a grade 8 bolt to bolt onto the mower, and then you need to either use a bolt with a nylon ring or use Loctite, because you want to get it fairly tight but not tight enough that it can't spin, because as you go over different terrain, let me back out a bit here, the lawns aren't always even, so you want the sulky to be able to articulate back and forth, especially if this one has a handle on the back right here. I used to have a little thing to hook it up, but I never used it. I just took it off because, when I first built it, I thought there would be accounts where I wouldn't be using the sulky. That didn't really turn out to be the case. I use it on every single lawn. So anyway, simple piece of C-channel, and then a bolt that goes through, right here, goes through the C-channel, and this is just a big 1/2-inch bolt, drilled holes on each side of the C-channel, and I scored it right here so that I could put, you can't really see the scoring very well. There you can, maybe. I don't know. But I scored it. I'll pull it out so you can see. There you go. I scored it so that I could put a pin through there. And sometimes I put it in, and it doesn't have one right now because the bolt doesn't slide. Unless I grease it or something, it just sits there in place. I don't even worry about it. The whole sulky just pops off like that if I ever wanted to take it off. And then this is just a piece of pipe right here. It's a 9/16 ID, or maybe 1/2-inch ID, just one that fits over the bolt you've got. And then I've got a piece right here, the shaft. And this shaft's a little long. It's because I'm fairly tall. This shaft is just 1-inch square tubing, and then I used my bench grinder to just grind a little, just to make a small indentation right here, so that it would fit nicely. Now, this is the one part in sulkies where I've built before. I kind of struggled with this part, and what it is it's the joint. See, that's got to be able to turn freely, so that when you turn, you don't, the sulky isn't thrust out side to side on the mower, so you can articulate. And originally, I just had 2 pieces of pipe with a bolt through and washers. They wear out very quickly. There's a lot of pressure there. So what I did is I took a great big, there we go, a great big bolt. You can get those at the hardware stores that carry things like this. You can get it on the internet. And I just welded this giant bolt to the front of the sulky. And then I welded this giant nut to the back. And I purposely left it a little high. The bolt, you can see I can insert my finger in there just about maybe a 1/4 inch. I did that on purpose. When I need to grease this, I'll just take some really thick gear oil and just put a couple drops in and then ride the sulky around a little bit on my driveway, make some sharp turns, and it works the oil down through the threads. And it lasts a long time that way. You've got a lot of surface area with the threads, and it's a hardened steel. So this, I don't even know how long ago I put this on, several years, and it still works great. It still is tight. The only thing really that's hurting on this sulky is the grip tape is starting to wear off. That's just the grip tape that you can buy at Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever, and that is starting to wear off a little bit. For the wheels, you don't want to go cheap. Your wheels that's one spot where you want to spend a little bit more money. You want to make sure you get good wheels with roller bearings. These are just, I picked these up at Lesco before Lesco became John Deere Landscapes. I don't much care for John Deere Landscapes. But anyway, I bought these, and they're just roller bearing. The same ones you would put on the front end of a mower like this, of a mid-size walk behind. And I run them without air. I used to always run them with air. Sometimes you hit a curb, something happens and it kicks over, and I learned that when I didn't have air in the tires, that I got a much smoother ride. Lawns are bumpy, and I'm not super old, but I'm almost 40, and running these without air is heaven on my back. So I started running them without air, and it's a lot smoother ride. The downside is I will go through a set of tires once about every 4 years, but it's worth it to me to save my back a little pain. So anyway, I'm going to hook this up, and then I'm going to show you why I put the wheels in the middle. There's a good reason for that, and I'll tell you right now, and then I'll show you later. A lot of sulkies, commercially made ones, I don't know why they do this. They don't use their own products. They put the wheels right at the front because it's easy. They can just run an axle through one of those front beams, and they can mount them right at the front. Anyone who's used one of those on a bumpy lawn knows that if you have your wheels right at the front of the machine and you go over a bumpy lawn, you start to get a speed wobble. You start wobbling back and forth very badly. By putting the wheels, the axle, in the center of the machine, right under my center of gravity, I completely avoid that. I don't get that. And it also helps me to lift the front end when I want to, and I'll demonstrate that in just a second here.